Today is our 18 March 2023, and today we will cover the topics. So in the previous session, we are already discussing about the collections. So we will continue the collections today, and we will complete the collections part here today. We are already going collections. So in collections, we have discussed about the list. Then we have discussed about tuple. Then we need to discuss about, we have already discussed, and now today we will cover this set and dictionary in a more detailed way. In the list, we have already discussing about inside the list is a very important list comprehension. Today, just in the previous session, we have already discussed about the single only the rows are available in the list. So now in today we will go through and try to understand about the matrix concept also. The matrix concept means what thing we need to do there. So the rows and column will be available there. Okay. If any list has rows and column, both the things, so it's called as a matrix in a mathematical format. Okay. So what the thing of the matrix? Yeah, Furkan, everyone is audible. Okay. So just check your internet. What the problem is there. Okay, now we move here. So what is the meaning of the matrix? Okay, so we need to discuss here. In the normal list comprehension, we have already discussed normal way, like we have already predefined. So what is the definition of the list comprehension? What the thing we achieve using the list comprehension? List comprehension is a technique in Python to create a new list using existing or either from existing list. So why we are using the list comprehension? Because it's a we don't need to write a multi-line code. We only with the help of single line code we can create a list from an existing one. So for example, we have already discussed in this previous like list one we have created here, and the items and the elements that we are putting here, like this type of things, 12, then 5, then 7. Now I want to create a new list with the even number values. Okay, even list. So in this one, what will happen here? 2, 12, only 2 element will be available here. There are 2 ways. Okay, either we can use that one. So if we are going with the normal for loop, so what thing we need to do? So we need to apply a for loop here. Then we need to like a item and in LST 1 colon. Then we need to use a if item modulus 2 equal to 0. Then we need to append in a new list like we have already now we are getting even list, and we are doing these things. Then we need to append these values inside this if statement. Okay, this thing we need to achieve using the item. Okay, so how many lines we have written here? So line number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we go here and I'm copying these things. Now we came here. Now if we execute it, then you can go here. We have not printed any value, no? Print even list. So you can see here 2 and 12 is come. The output, the new list has already created with the value of only even numbers. So here you can see how many lines we have written. Line 1, 2, 3, 4 lines we have written here. Only with the help of single line we can do. Even list. I'm just creating this one. So item for in LST 1 for item in ST1 and if item modulus 2 equal to 0. So we can print here, and without this one also I can do in this way. Here we can also print. This is the feature of the Jupyter notebook. Okay. So here without printing also, the last if we have given here only the variable name also it will print. And with the help of print also we can print the values. Okay. So here you can see only with the help of this line of the code in a single line, we are able to do the same thing. So this is the main beauty of the Python. So in other programming languages also, if we need to write more than 1 line, 2 line, 10 line of the code, in some condition, only we can achieve the same functionality in only in 2 lines also. When we are writing the lesser line of the code, it means the chances of the bug will come very low. Okay, if we are typing more and more, then it will be a chance that more bug will come, because sometimes we are doing the issues, typing error. Why initially it was coming? So what the standard pattern is, we need to give a 4 space, means we need to press a tab there also, but with the help of 2 also we can achieve. Okay, it will also work. Okay, but this is not a standard. We need to give always a tab space. So now you can see, now we want to make a, here only the rows are available, single row element. Now in some condition, we need to work with the rows and column. So what is the meaning of the rows and column? You can see here. So if I do here, like I want to make such type of thing, 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, or either we want to make this one 1, 2, 3, or either we say 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. So here, or one more row I give you here, 1, 2, 3. So here what's happening here, you can see there are here in this one, there are 4 rows. Okay, so this is a row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. These are called rows. Okay, these are called rows. Okay, so and these are called columns. What is this column? So in the vertical way, the values are treating as a columns. Okay, and in the horizontal way, the values are treating in the rows. So if we divide this pattern into the rows and columns, so you can see here, this is the first row, this is the second row, this is the third row, and this is the fourth row. And how many columns are there? There are 1 column, there are 2 columns, there are 3 columns. So what is the value of this one? So here, rows equal to 4 and columns equal to 3. Always remember, in programming, always first we represent rows, then we consider column. So first of all, here it will come always starting from the rows, and then it will be a column. So what the thing here, we do this one, but how we will achieve this one in programming? In the visualization way, we are able to see here, this is a row, and this basically this is called in mathematics matrix. Matrix means the it should have rows and columns. Okay, the combination of values in a rows and column, it will call as a matrix. And one more thing here need to understand. So this is not compulsory that you need to only consider the numeric value. We can consider the string value also. Later we will do this one. Now, if we want to represent this matrix concept in programming, in any programming, how we can represent these things? The way will come here in this way. First of all, we need to take this one, the outer loop. Okay, so this is completely called a for the column. Now we need to start inner means the nested or inner the square bracket. We need to represent always in a square bracket, and we need to separate the values like 1, 2, 3 in a first row. What is this? In a first row, the value is 1, 2, 3. So we need to start 1, 2, and then 3. So it will represent first row. Now we need to represent second row. So again, you need to give a comma, then again 1, comma, 2, comma, 3. So if we want to change the value also, we can change here like here. If we want to change the value 3, 4, we can also do, no problem. And here again, we need to give same thing. Because I have already clicked now outside. 1 second. Again, this one. Comma 3, then comma 2, comma 3, comma 3, comma 3. So now here you can understand this is a first row, this is a second row, this is a third row, this is a fourth row. So you can understand always it will start from, and it will always start because these rows are inside this one. So it will treat as a this one on a 0 index, on a 1 index, on a 2 index, on a 3 index. Okay, how we can do this one? First of all, we do this manually. Any name we can give, for example, I'm giving the matrix. Okay, now we can give here any value we can give it 2, comma 3. This is the standard way. This is a standard. We need to give a white space after comma. So with the help of this, when we are printing matrix, so here it's coming in this way. Okay, so here there are 3 rows and 3 columns. Now we want to create this matrix in the Python. So there are 2 ways to create this matrix. There are 2 ways to and some other way also, like when we will go in a more in a library way, at the time we will use the numpy. That is a different concept. This is a complete library. This is a library for manipulation of the matrix and other mathematical equations we need to do. So we have already in our syllabus the numpy also. So you can see here the Python library. We will go with the numpy, pandas, and matplotlib also. This is the visualization. This is the pandas is for the data cleaning and data manipulation part, and numpy for the numerical and mathematical equation. If you want to go now, at the time we need to use numpy. So how we can do achieve these things here? These things we want to do using the programming. So there are 2 ways we have already discussed. Either we need to use loop. One is using the loop. We will use for loop. Okay, second one is a list comprehension. How we will do the loop means when anything will come in any programming languages in the respect with the rows and column, at that time we will use 2 loops. So with the help of single loop you can't achieve. So we need to use 2 loops. The outer loop will be always for row. Outer loop will represent row, and inner loop column. Okay, So this same thing what we have done here, created here manually. Now I want to create using a loop. So first of all, I will write one loop for row, and I'm giving the same related variable name in range range. Here we need to start from either we can give any 3 row. We want to give 1, 2, 3. So here we need to give 3. Now for col call in range. Now we want to start from 1, 4. Why? Because we want to add this value. Now here we want to create. So first of all, we need to create a blank list, empty list. We need to create, and after that we need to add one by one. So here we need to come. This is the main matrix. But here, this inner part is one row. There is a second row. There is a third row. In first row, there are 3 columns. In second row, there are 3 columns. In third row, again there are 3 columns. So for this, we need to create one more list for this this element. So here you can understand this is a nested list, one list inside a list. So we can go in any level of the nested list. So for this one, for this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, for this one, we need to create a new list here. Like we can create a row list. Again, why we have created here, I will explain you. So again, now we need to add the element in this list, because this row list belong to this one, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now dot append. Okay, what append? Call append. If I print this value, then you can see what happening right now. So you can see nothing has come in matrix. Why? Because we are printing the matrix. We have not added any element in the matrix. We have added only the element in the inner one. So only one value is coming because it will be overwrite. Now we need to do the main thing here. Matrix dot append. Then we need to add the existing matrix. One thing it is completed here. So after when the control will come here, automatically this element will be added in this matrix, and then we will print this value. So you can see here in this way how it's working. I explain you. How it's working, like there is no way to increase the size. Okay, no problem. Okay. Now we will increase the size. Okay, and should be given somewhere. It's also one direct font size we can use here. Okay, now we can give. Now we can see. Okay, so here what's happening? First of all, when we are running our program, the control will come always top to bottom order. The control will come here. Then what will happen in the, what will we do by the compiler? It will create some space in the memory. Okay, after then when the control will come here, this is the empty list. Okay, the empty list will be created here. Empty list, it will be created empty list. Okay, empty list is created there. Now when the control will come here, so the row variable will be created. What will happen? The control will come here. This is syntax. When the row will come here, it means it will start a value. Row will be created here. And what the value will be assigned here in the row, because this is the range type now. So it will assign the value 0, 2. Means it will start the value from 0, 1, 2. When the control will come here again the row will created, like row is again a empty list. Nothing will be created. one empty list will be created and it will allocate into the some space in the memory. After then, when here in the our controller will come here in this form inner loop, like this is the outer loop, this is the inner loop. 1 second. Yes. Now, when the control will come here and it will create a new variable column. Okay. Again, the same thing will be happen here. Call will be created. And what will happen here? It will create a new blank empty list and it will allocate some memory, some space in the memory. Okay. Now, here again, the range is created. So what will happen here? Sorry, this will not correct. So call is, this is basically we have already created here. The call is a variable here. The call will be create a variable and we are assigning the range into this call. So what will happen here? So it will start from 1 and it will go till 3 value. So what is the meaning of this? 1, 2, 3. This value will be assigned in this variable. Now when the controller will come here in this one, then what will happen? So this is the basically the when it will execute, it will start the range function in this way. A 1 by 1 value will be assigned. Range, this is the main concept of the range. Okay, when it will come the first time, automatically this first value will be assigned to this variable. Okay, column, and when the second time it will run, then it will assign the second value. When it will execute the third time, the third value will be assigned here. So what will happen here? So if I do this one, when the control will come here in the row list and dot append call, in the call, what is the value? The first value is 1. A row list means it will create like this one first of all. Okay, and here we will assign a 1 value. Now again, because again after execution of this line, but this is the body of the loop. So when execute this line, automatically the control will come here. Now what is the second value? Next value, this is a 2. Then again it will check 2 is less than 3. 2 is a less than value of 4. It's true. So automatically it will come and again it will add in row list. This is a row list. Okay. This is a row list. Again the next value will be assigned here 2. The same thing again it will go a 3. After then what will happen? It will be a lesser than 3. So the range functionality will be completed here. Range functionality will be completed here is means the loop functionality has been done. Now the control will come here in this line. After the false value will come here in the range function, then automatically the control will come here in this line. Now you can see here in matrix we are appending the row list. Row list means what? This is the value, and again matrix means a new empty list we have already created. So inside this one, these all element will be added there in this. Again, after complete execution of this line, then because the body of this outer loop is this one, so again the control will come here. In this way, it will execute and all the how many rows we have given here and what the value we want to give here, automatically it will assign here and it will fill the values. So this is the concept of the matrix. So now we have achieved the same thing using the for loop. Now we can do with the help of list comprehension also. How we will go? So for example, matrix we are doing here. Now here we need to give a square bracket. After then we need to give a row. Then for row in range 3 and for call in range 1, 4. Or without this one also we can print. So you can see here only it's coming. Why it's coming? Because we have not applied this value inside a list. So when we run this one, so you can see here 012 value has come here. Okay, because this is coming as a row. So here we need to give 1, 4, and here we need to give only 3. So what the value we have achieved here using this loop, you can see here only with the line of the single line statement, we are achieving the same thing. Here we have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 line of the code we have written here. Here only with the help of single line, we are achieving the same functionality. This execution will be a more faster in comparison with the nested loop. So this is a list comprehension. We have all done this comprehension. And there are multiple already other concept if statements. So if you want to go more deeper in the list comprehension, just you go on the net and just check some videos and the article, and you just need to do the practice. Now we'll move for the tuple. Tuple we have already discussed about tuple. Tuple has also constructor. With the help of constructor, we can create a tuple. Constructor. Okay, and with the help of round bracket, basically we create tuple. Like in list, we are doing the square bracket. Here tuple, with the tuple, we need to use a round bracket. Only the difference in the tuple is tuple is also, we can store a duplicate value also. And after creation of the first time, we can't modify, update, edit, delete. We can't do one. We can only delete the whole tuple, but the element, how we are doing the deletion of the element in the list, we can't do here. This operation is not allowed here. Okay. So what thing we can do here? First of all, we create a sum tuple like T1 equal to, I'm creating some tuple here. There I'm assigning one value here, and this the same thing we can do on the combination of a string and integer also. For example, 2. In this way also we can give. Okay, 2 I'm giving the only the difference when we are giving the value inside of quotes, so it will be treat as a string. Now, if we want to print, then we can print directly T1. Okay, now we can do so here you can see the tuple has become. You want to check the type of the variable also, like T1 is a tuple. So if we want to do now, we can do the same thing here. Ty type and then T1. So you can see here, this is a class type tuple. Tuple is what? Tuple is these things automatically, when we are giving this now bracket, round bracket, automatically it will understand by the compiler, Python compiler, that is a tuple, and one class is already built, inbuilt class is already available there inside the tuple. So it will treat as a tuple. Now the few functions we can do here in the tuple also. And now I want to give here a 12, then 5. There are some functions available here in the tuple also. So print mean value, if we want to get the minimum value, then we can get the minimum value also. The same thing, we can get the maximum value and length also. These are predefined function. Okay, so minimum value, so this is a maximum value. So this is a minimum value and maximum value. We can get the length of the tuple also in the same way. Length means what? The size of the, how many elements are inside the tuple, we can calculate this one. So in this way, we can do the tuple. So in which scenario we need to use? In which scenario we need to use the tuple? When we are doing the programming, we are developing any application. In some condition, After define one time, we don't want to do the anything with the list with modification. For example, if I will try here, like del we have done there in the list. So again, if we are trying with the 0 element, if we want to give, so it will throw an error. Why this is the deletion is not possible. Okay, if we want to modify also, it's not possible. But if we want to delete this complete list tuple, we can do. So now if we print this one, so it will throw an error. This is not defined. T1 is not, because T1 is we have already deleted here from the memory also and from the cache also. So it will be treated as a T1 variable is not available. Some other functions are already available. Few functions I will share those functions. You need to do the practice by yourself. Now we will move set. Set is also an important part in the Python. It's also a collection of unordered list. Means what is the, like till now we have discussed list and tuple, both are ordered concepts. Okay, but set is the unordered. So what the unordered, I will just explain you. And in this way also, we can't modify the value when we have defined the set. And duplicate element, what the duplicate element we are able to store in the tuple and in list, but it's not possible to in a set. For example, here we can create any number of the value. What the value means the repeated time one value we can store in the tuple and list, but if we do in the same in the set, automatically it will be removed by the compiler. How? So first of all, we need to understand how we can create a set. So for creation of the set, we need to use a set constructor. Set constructor we need to use for creation of the set, and we need to store the value using the round curly braces. How we can do? So you can see here. So directly we can use with the set also and curly braces also. How we can do this? Let me check. So one set equal to set. I'm giving here the values inside this one again 1, 2, 3. So you can see here, this is also a constructor. Okay, set is a constructor in Python that is using for creation of the set. But you can see the value is coming in curly braces. So why this value is coming in the curly braces? So the same thing, what the thing we have created here, the same thing we can create here in this way also. What is the difference between these two? So in this way also we can create set. In this way we can also create. Here the way of set is using for the constructor, but here without constructor, only using with the curly brace we can create a set. Okay, and now if we are storing here the repeated value 2 again, we are storing here 1 again, and okay, now if you print this value, so you can see only the 1, 2, 3 is coming. But the value is repeated, it's not showing here. Okay. So like here 6, 10, 20, 15. Now you can see here the difference. In which manner we have written here the values, the same pattern it is not coming. It is unordered way, means when we will apply the loop here also, for example, I have created this one. Okay, now I'm applying a loop there for item in S1 print S item. So here also you can see in a different way. What the way it is printing here, now automatically the same way it will represent here. But what the value here, you have assigned the value in a different way. You can't say also this is this is automatically created the set in a ascending order. It's not ascending order. You can see 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 15, then 50, then 20, then 90. Automatically, what the random value will be assigned in the memory, and automatically it will print here. So this set is called unordered. We can't print the value in which manner we have defined. In the same manner, we can't print. So for the printing, there is a different way. We need to apply the sorting, some other concept. But in which way we have defined the value inside the tuple, when we will print that particular set, automatically the random value will be, the position will be randomly changed. The position with the index value has been changed. So if we want to get the single value also, we can do like we have print. So again, here the index is all start on 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3. Let me check here also. 1 second. 1 and 0. So, okay. No, here indexing is also not possible in this one. Only with the help of group we can use. Okay, indexing is not possible with the set. Now, so you can understand when we want to create a set. Basically, set is basically mainly we are using when we work with the mathematical equation type of thing. At the time we are using the set. When we go in a more other chapters in the coming sessions, at the time we will do some program. They are also using a set. Now we need to move dictionary. Now this is the two part is very important in the Python Python collections. So list is very important, dictionary is very important. These two is maximum we are using. Tuple is also important, but we are using, but in comparison with the list and dictionary, lesser. Now what is dictionary? Dictionary is also a same concept like collections are available, collections of data we can store here, but the concept is different here. What the concept is here, we need to store the value in key pair concept, key value concept pair, key value, key and value pair. What the meaning of key and value pair means? We create, so dict is also a constructor dict, dictionary also a constructor dict. So this is a constructor for the dictionary. Okay. Now there is one way, another way we need to create dictionary using the curly braces. How we will use the curly braces? So you can see here, for example, user data I'm putting here. So we need to put this one. Key pair value means what? So in this way, basically we need key, then colon, then value. So how it will work? It will work here. For example, we want to create a name. Inside name, we want to store some value. Okay. But in this two separation now, colon will be available here. Okay. Then the key and colon, then the values. Raj, then comma, then age, comma, 20, then city, comma, Delhi. Okay, in this way we can create a dictionary. We here this name is as a key, this age is as a key, and this right hand side of the column will be treated as a value, left side is as a key. So in this way you can understand when we are creating the variable var equal to and any values we are giving here like 10. The same way we are creation, the var is a name, variable name, and 10 is a value. Here same thing, name is a variable and Raj is a value. But how we are assigning this? Using the colon. In dictionary, we need to use colon in place of equal to. And next dictionary we can also create. So we will go through some more practical part in this dictionary, how we can use these things. And here it's called associative, means what the thing, the same way we can create another one also, like here in place of this one we can store 0, here we can stay 1, here we can stay 2, but in this way it is very tough to identify. So 0 is represent to which key, 1 represent to which value, 2 represent to which value, means with the help of this associative, when we are giving anything in a string manner, then it will call as an associative. when we are giving as a numeric value, now here we are giving the numeric 0, 1, 2. Any indexing we can start. No need of this one key that we will start from the 0. Anything you can put here, okay? And this we can put inside of this one also. This is also possible. Okay, it depends on our requirement. According to the requirement, we are putting the values here. But generally, we are telling the name. Why this is helpful to understand what the value, what the variable name here. Okay, so now we can print this one also. First of all, we will create a new dict1 or either d1 we are creating. So using the constructor we will use. Inside the constructor we need to use one name corner touch edge corner 20. Yeah. Okay. So inside dictionary here, this is the constructor, and inside this one we need to use the curly braces. So in this way we can create a dictionary, or there is another way that is more easy. So we can create directly this one. No need to give the dict. Automatically it will create without dict also. When we are creating the value with the key and value, automatically it will treat as a dictionary. Otherwise it will treat as a without value. In a single element, if we are passing by the comma, separated by the comma, automatically it will treat as a set. So here if we want to check this, the type of the variable name, like S1. So you can see here, sorry. So you can see here, this is a class type of set. Okay. But when we print here, if we give na, then you can see what the thing will become here. It will not print anything. And type. We are checking the variable type here. So you can see here this value is not printing. Why? Because the only it will treat as a printing statement the last value. So if you want to print the more than one value here in this way, we need to pass. In the Jupyter notebook, basically, this is the functionality of the Jupyter notebook. So with the help of print, this one, what the values are available here inside dictionary, it's printing here. And now we can check here the type of the variable. So this the type of the variable is a dict. Okay, we have defined this variable. We are printing all the value at the same time. Now how we will get the value one by one, like in list and tuple we are getting using the index basis. How we will get here? Okay, so there are some way. Two ways we need to get. So if we want to get this value from this user data, so we need to put a user data, and then we need to put here a square bracket. Then we need to work on the basis of key. So this is very important. You need to understand these things. This is very important to understand. This is a key. This is also a key. This is also a key. And these part and this part. These are values. Always remember, repeated key element you never use in dictionary. Otherwise, the last value will be shown. How? What is the meaning of this? I show you. Like your name, Raj, we have given here. Again, we are getting the same key element. Name. And here I am putting the value. Raja. So you can see here what value should come here. Okay. So the last value will be repeated. What the key element, what the first value you have given there. So this is same concept of the variable. It will allocate one space in the memory. Raj value will be given there, and again age will be created there. Then and how what happening? I explain you this one also. How it's working in the memory. First of all, when our control will come here, okay, in the dictionary. So what will happen? It will check how many keys are there. So there are 3 keys here. Okay. So first of all, it will create a name and it will allocate some memory in the space. There is some memory location 1, 2, 3, any one we can check. Okay. After then, what the value is here, automatically it will assign here. So Raj will be assigned here, Raj. Okay. Again, it will come here, age. So it will create one age there. And here again, what the value is there, 20. So 20 will be assigned there. There is some memory location 1, 2, 4, 5, anything. Now again, name is coming. So first of all, it will check by the Python compiler, this name is available or not. If this name is already available, it will represent the same variable and the latest value will be represented by this one. So the large value will be always updated in a key basis. Okay. So it means you don't use any repeated key element. Key element should be a unique always in a dictionary. And so now we are discussing how to get the values. Get the values from dictionary. So on the basis of this, first of all, we need to give the dictionary name, then key value, key element, and we need to get in this way also dot get function. Inside this one, we need to give a key value. There are some difference between these two. What is the difference? I show you. Okay, so D1. So now here you can see Raja, what time Raja, what the value is in the repeated last element. I am removing the repeated element. What the value is Raj coming. For example, if the name is available, age is available, qualification is not available. So for example, if I try to get the value using that key is not exist in the dictionary, inside the dictionary, but we are trying to fetch using this square bracket, at a time it will throw an error. Okay, but if we do the same thing using the get function, it will not throw any error. So none will be returned. This is the very advantage. When we are applying the looping concept on the list, on the dictionary, at a time we are fetching the values using the get. Okay, so this is the way that we are getting one by one value, but there are list of elements inside the dictionary. We want to print all the values and all the keys. Okay, how we can go with the loop? Because right now there is a 1 and 2 element. If there is a value element here, 50 and 100, then how we will do? Of course, you need to use loop. How you will use the loop? So there are many ways. For like example, in the list we have done for X in D1, if we are giving here, if we print here, so you can see what value is coming. It print only the key element. So if I take this one, yeah. So you can see here only the name and key, means key element is coming, the value is not coming. Okay, so there is a one way only getting the key element. Now there is a one another way for X in D1 dot values. If you want to get the values, then you can see here print X. It will print only the values Raj and this one is coming. Only the, so why I repeated, so give the separation so you will be easily understand what the value. From this loop we are getting only the key value. From this loop we are getting the only the values. Okay, so with the help of D1 dot values and in this way also we can do Directly if we have given the, then also we can get the only the key, and directly we can on the basis of key also we can get the keys. I think keys are function. So you can see with the help of keys also you can get the how many keys are available there. You can print using the keys also, or directly without keys also. Okay, this is also a function. And if we want to get the value, then we can use the values. And if we want to take the both things, then how we will do? We want get keys and value also. Okay. For this, we need to use for x for k for key, v for value in v1 dot items. Then print. Here I am applying. K is coming for the key, and then equal to I'm giving here, and v is coming for value. So you can see here name and Raj is coming. So in this at the same time, if we want to get both values key and value from the dictionary, you can apply this loop. So for k comma v in d1 dot items, and then you can get these values k comma k equal to v, which is k. In this k, what will happen? This key will come. For example, we have put it here. Okay, now if we this program, then what will happen? Then you can see in this key will come. Okay, and in this value, all these values will come. Where the values are there, it will come. And where the keys are there, it will come this one. So if we want to get both the values, then at the time you need to use k comma v. So this is the dictionary part. And there are many functions, already existing functions in the dictionary also. Few one just we need to go through and understanding how we can delete, or also we can append the values inside the dictionary also. We can create a nested dictionary also. In this one, we can put the in a different way also. I can show you how. So in this way, we can create name and like a for example, we can store name colon, then we can give you a list also. Okay, so what will happen here? Name Raj Rahman Raja. And now we can give here class. Then we can also list. So any type of the things we can store in this one class, like fifth, comma, six, comma, second. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This can we can do also print d1. So this is not necessary that how many elements you have stored on the first key. It's not compulsory that you can store on the second key also. Any number of the key you can store here. Okay, so these things and some other already functions are available, but time is already completed. And in the so that is for today. And one more function, if I just give you the pop item also, we can give just for the deletion in the coming session. The other part you need to go through by yourself, and otherwise when we will discuss in the class and function, at the time we will use this one in a detail also. And now we need to like d1 on the basis of name we want to delete. So after then again we print d1. So you can see here, name we have removed. Name key is already removed. So for the deletion of the any key element, na, directly value we can't remove. Okay, we only delete the, we can identify and manipulate the dictionary on the basis of the key element. So if we want to delete that particular key, so you need to give del d1 and name as some other pop, and pop item is also available there. Okay. So in this way we can do these things. Now, so for today we have completed till this one collections.